look at the people who are encouraging it, and we'll keep an open mind. You know, like maybe they'll convince us. Let's watch.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
On January 20th, we are walking out to free America.
And walking in to remove the regime.
We're walking out of work, walking out of school.
We're walking out of anywhere and everywhere.
Because it's past time
Anywhere?
that we stop cooperating with fascism.
Starting at 2 p.m. local time, we'll start a wave of walkouts across the nation.
To send a clear message that we demand freedom from this hostile and lawless takeover of our country.
Then we'll start walking in.
Congress has the power to remove a tyrant from office. It's not an option. It's their sworn duty.
So at 3 p.m., we'll start walking in to local congressional offices to demand impeachment and removal.
Donald Trump has committed tyranny and obstruction of justice.
And turning ICE into a paramilitary force is an act of treason.
On January 20th, we are telling our congressional officials that it is their duty right now to impeach, convict, and remove.
Okay, I'm not sure, Will, whether they're going to get her done. And I also have an issue with just saying 2 p.m. local. Like, what does it mean exactly? Because, 2 p.m. here in the East is different than 2 p.m. in California, like where Britt is. I think there's going to be chaos. I'm not sure I like the planning or the faces of the movement, but what do you make of it?
No, I made sure to go and get my latte before this, just to make sure. For the long lines that are going to be happening with all the baristas out of work after this.
Right.
But
good point.
They obviously don't have very much organization. This is some social media marketing campaign, but all it really shows is how much of a religion all of this is to these people and how unserious they are. It's so easy to just go online and make some silly video about, we're all going to walk out and we're so tough and we're so brave and we're really fighting against fascism. When in reality, look at what they're doing. They're on their phones with free speech talking about being able to be let out of their job to go and protest the president or ICE agents or whatever it is. Like, you live the most comfortable, wonderful life throughout human history ever. And you're sitting here complaining about this just solely to get virtue signaling points over other people. It's not going to be successful. It's very disorganized. And I think a lot of people are probably going to lose their jobs if they're actually serious about leaving.
Britt, we were talking with Adam Carolla earlier this week, and he was saying all of these people are narcissists. That's what we're seeing everywhere, is just raging narcissism. I'm going to show you one video. I'm not sure if it's narcissism in this person's case. It's kind of shocking if it is, but she's kind of indicative of the vast majority of these women that we're seeing online, these little white, woke, liberal warriors out there, and how they think and talk and look. Here she is in SOT 36.
With the current state of the world and specifically the country.
Pink bob, huge glasses, nose ring.
Maybe being single and childless.
Oh boy.
Is actually my biggest asset. I'm not trying to sound like, oh wow, I'm gonna save the day, because fuck if I know. I'm just one person. But all my friends who have children, they can't go to a protest and risk getting arrested or worse. So I guess those of us who don't, let's fucking go.
I genuinely want to discuss this with you, because the tell is right there, Britt. You don't see a Britt Mayer out there at any of these protests, because you're together, you're beautiful, you have a loving husband, you have a happy home life, you've got stuff going on professionally as well. Things are good. The girl, she gave it up at the top, right? Like, maybe being single and childless is an asset. She's trying to talk herself into it. Like, my life choices that got me this terrible hair and this ugly nose ring and this hideous outfit, were good. I feel validated because I see all these other women who look like me doing what I'm doing, and I found my army. I finally belong. There's definitely a big element of that in what we're seeing in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I think it goes into like the social contagion aspect where they all look the same. no offense, but that's just from a very neutral perspective. They all look the same. They look weird. They look out of place. They look like the old theater kids from high school who never really figured out how to do adulthood. And they're clinging on to the weird hair, the teddy bears, the oversized jewelry, the loud colors. I think it's sad. And I was actually watching last night. There was some little video clip of, it must have been like a parade of these people. I don't even know where it was, but it just occurred to me, it is so sad that so many of these people just look mentally ill. It's like there's become this pride in not fitting into society because you're so weird, because you don't have a marriage, because you don't have kids, because you don't fit in. And so you've made that your flex. And I think it's very sad. It looks like a mental illness. It doesn't look like anything I would be drawn to, or most normal people, critical thinkers, independent thinkers would truly be drawn to. It looks like it's a club for the misfits. You know, the Misfit Toys movie, like in my kids watch it during Christmas. It's like that. It's like Island of the Misfit Toys trying to be important and make that their flex. But yeah, you're never going to see me.
Let me ask you
there.
a question about this gal. I think if we got this gal in our clutches, we could turn her life around in 5 days.
Oh, sure.
I really do. I think we would make her over. We'd give her a meaningful job. We would talk to her about getting rid of the nose ring and those big blue nails. We would give her like a cute little wardrobe that, you know, she looks petite, unlike most of her brethren who are out there. And I think that girl really just wants, I mean, I've said this about others in this protest. They really just want a boyfriend or a girlfriend, like the ones who are like, you can tell these are sad saps out there, Will. Like, part of it is a commentary on America and young people today, their inability to connect, to like be happy, to find love. They're just so miserable, and they lean into unattractive, which never served anyone well in the history of the world.
Oh, I mean, why would you go and dress up like that if it wasn't for some sort of reason? There has to be some sort of mental cognition behind that to be able to go and do something like that. I find it very sad as well, but I think I have to say I disagree with you with being able to change that person. I think that there are some of these people who are out there who have made this such a deep-seated part of their personality, their morality, their reason for living, that I think it would take longer than 5 days for most of these people. Now, I think that if they had someone who truly loved them and a boyfriend or whatever, like you were saying before, then you could assuage a lot of these different things that are going on inside these people's psyches. But I mean, when you get validation from every corner of America, I mean, you're talking about American society and our culture right now. What is it? I mean, it's disgusting. It's horrible. I mean, you have Megan Thee Stallion getting Artist of the Year, Fauci getting a National Geographic made out of him, Black Lives Matter getting the Nobel Peace Prize or nominated for the Peace Prize. Like, the culture is just daft and awful. And so these people doing these weird things and being these kind of people are getting that validation from everywhere. And so if they continue to get that validation and that sense of meaning from this nonsense, then it's going to be very hard to change these people. And I don't really see a world where any of us three could come together with these people and have a unified America, which might be a good thing.
But I do think if they would be less homely, they would be happier.
Yes, that is true.
I'm not trying to be mean. I genuinely believe it. I think they could start with some Ozempic and some Accutane in 90% of the cases that we are seeing out there, and they'd be on their way to happiness.
Megan.
They don't have to terrorize ICE. I'm just being honest.
Some raw
I really
milk
think
for
these
sure.
things could help.
Raw milk.
And maybe some Invisalign. That could also be very helpful. There's, on the narcissism front, this woman, she tracks. She was on my Twitter feed this morning, and I think like the self-aggrandizement is representative of what we're seeing from a lot of these little weekend warriors out there. Like, if ICE crosses my path, I'm going to fucking kill him. You're not like, okay, you know, you've been saying that. I'm not trying to encourage it, trust me, but I'm just saying, like, they're super tough, like looking into their iPhone. Here's this woman who went a different way. She went the martyr route. All I know her as is liberal white woman, according to the internet, who's got very bleached hair and a Minnesota sweatshirt on for the listening audience. She looks probably 40 to me. Here, watch.
This is a message from my mom. If I am executed by ICE officers today, it will not be because of anything that I did. I want you to know a couple things. First, I don't carry weapons on me. Second, I won't be holding any signs. There will be no indication from me that I'm a violent person or a threat to anyone. I do not plan on following anyone. I do not plan on screaming or shouting or even speaking to anyone. I am there to observe and document.
Okay.
This is a historical moment for me in my lifetime, for the state of Minnesota. And no matter what the outcome is, I believe it deserves to be documented. If I am executed today by ICE officers,
it's all about you.
It will not
be
because of anything that I did. I'm saying this because I need you to understand what you're supporting and what you're fighting against, and possibly reconsider.
Okay. Megyn, what is it? What is it called when you set up in legal terms, like when you set up a defense ahead of time? What's
not a defense at all?
Because that's what it reads.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, it's all about her. Like this is a big day for me. I'm part of history. I'm going to get executed. We're all Renee Good, who was unfairly executed by a terrible ICE agent. And I'm basically her. This woman needs it. Mm-hmm. She needs it, you guys. Like, it's doing something inside of her that, like, is bringing her alive for the first time. She feels needed and relevant. And, like, she's actually convinced herself that she's going to be a martyr, that ICE is just executing, like, heavy-set blonde 40-year-olds in the street because they're doing that for the fun of it.
I think it's Marxism. It's the wave of Marxism that's been pushed on, the youth and even that age, whatever age that is the oppressor oppressed narrative. And so she has embraced that she is a part of the oppressed and she's out to get the oppressor. And so if anything happens because she is a part of this minority oppressed community, then it's the oppressor because it's nothing she did. It's the whole Marxism narrative recycled, repackaged for 2026. It's boring and usual.
Don't you think if she... Like, even if she had a job, Will, and I'm really genuinely trying to solve their problems. What if we got her a job in, like, data processing or something like the small wins are good enough. You just have little wins in your day where, like, you completed a task and you maybe had a boss who said, "Good job, April." I'm just taking a shot.
That's right.
And like these little moments of victory could maybe make a whole person who doesn't feel like she's got to go out there and talk about how she's definitely dying but she's part of history. Meanwhile, no one's going to lay a finger on April.
No, of course. But to be honest, this might make me sound a little Gen Z millennial with saying this, but in terms of the current American job, HR, bureaucratic, corporate world, I think there are a lot of issues with it. And I think that it kind of kills a lot of people inside when they see the processes at their work and the processions and HR world and all that kind of stuff. It makes people really down about having to work in America today. There's not a lot of meaning. You live the life exactly as everyone else, answering emails all day, staring at a screen. You go back home and watch Netflix, and your life is, I don't want to say basically worthless, but you basically view your life as worthless because that's all you are. If you died, your company would replace you the next day. So I don't know if necessarily getting a job for like a data analyst for this woman would be the end all be all of changing her life. It would be a small win, but what I really think is that these people need more. They need some sort of purpose. They need something that is going to give them the drive when they wake up every day and say, "Man, life is great. I love my life. It's a miracle that I am here, a complete blessing that I get to live in America and be this person." But unfortunately, I think for a lot of people, especially I think for the younger generation, they don't have that.
A new year means new financial goals, like making sure your savings are secure and diversified. Will this be the year you decide to talk to somebody from Birch Gold Group? You've been thinking about it. They use an educated approach with a deep understanding of macroeconomics. There are forces pushing the dollar lower right now and gold higher, which is why they believe every American should own physical gold. So until January 30th, if you are a first-time gold buyer, Birch Gold is offering a rebate of up to $10,000 on qualifying purchases. To claim eligibility and start the process, just text MK to the number 989898. Birch Gold can help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and you are still eligible for a rebate of up to $10,000. Consider making right now your first time to buy gold and take advantage of a rebate of up to $10,000 when you buy by January 30th. Text MK to the number 989898 and claim your eligibility today. Again, text MK to 989898 now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.